My name is Erica Mercer, and I did my project on Elizabeth Holmes and her company Theranos. So, the company was supposed to revolutionize medicine. It was supposed to be able to test 100 or more different diseases in a single drop of blood. And it was supposed to reduce the need for the larger amounts of blood that are taken through IV blood drawing. In 2014, the company was estimated at $9 billion, but it was all a lie and the technology didn't work at all. But Elizabeth and her company kept testing and accepting money. They were eventually charged with fraud and removed as CEO. So, one of the first warning signs was complaints from lower ranking employees. So, one of the chief financial officers noticed that some of the employees were upset, and he asked them what was going on, and they were told to lie and show a pre-recorded demonstration to one of the companies that wanted to buy some of their technology. So when he heard about that, he went to Elizabeth to confront her about it, and he was immediately fired. And so one of the reasons that this warning didn't go noticed was that Elizabeth's pride got in the way of her handling the problem. Pride in successful companies is really dangerous, and it causes an air of invulnerability that blinds the leaders to impending doom. The second was lax or bad management. The situation above is a good example of how Elizabeth failed to act as a manager. And in 2019, she added a partner, Sonny, and he joined the company as the chief operations officer. The only problem was that he had no prior experience in medical or biological sciences. He was often clueless in meetings and didn't really know what was going on or anything about the technology that was being used. He also, when he joined, created a toxic environment. He was known for humiliating the employees when they didn't follow his directions. This led to a really high turnover rate because they had underqualified management and undertrained employees because they were always having to hire new employees. Holmes herself was known to limit communication between employees, and this created distrust between her and her staff. So, in terms of crisis management, when the scandal broke, the biggest mistake that they made was not handling the media. Our textbook states that not addressing the media doesn't make the story go away, and instead it's better to do it early so that you can help to control the story and frame it the way that you want to frame it. Elizabeth was known for giving really vague information in interviews, and this probably caused a lot of distrust between her and the media. And after the investigative article came out, she refused to speak about it in interviews. When she did eventually speak about it, she was obviously not experienced with talking in the media, and she sent a lot of mixed and inconsistent messages out to the public. So one thing that they would handle differently would be the way that they handled the media. It's important to get your message out early and often, and so you can frame the story how you want it to be framed. Again, when she did speak, she mainly addressed the stakeholders and investors, but did not speak to the public or speak to change the public perception of the incident or to address any of the media's rumors or narrative. Another thing would be to choose the right spokesperson. Although she was the CEO, she had built up a lot of distrust with the media. And having someone trustworthy to relay your message may have gotten the message out better. So eventually they were removed from their positions and they were charged with fraud. There were some warning signs that they could have seen, but their pride got in the way. And the way that they handled the media was inadequate, and it's a good example of poor crisis management.